Let's go back to where it started. Sunday League. So it started with Sunday League. We're back in Sunday League. What is Sunday League to you guys, man? Because when I'm saying Sunday League, do you know the funniest thing throughout this whole podcast when we spoke about the Academy Pro games? No one smiled as much as when I said Sunday League. And that's the he's laughing. Sunday League, what is let's start.
There's no feeling like winning a London Cup.
Go easy.
Yeah. So Sunday League, going back, was there ever a point where you ever thought, you know what, I'm going to go back to Sunday League one day? Or was it like, you did have that feeling, Pricey? Well, what was that? So when you're young, it's obviously Sunday League's different when you're young to when you're older, because you understand, you go through that journey of football, understand what football is and what it means to you, and going back there, what it means. So you actually had that thought, I might go back to Sunday League?
Only towards like the proper end, when I felt like I
was there a reluctancy to go back to Sunday League? Like, fuck this, I was pro.
Nah. You know why? Yeah?
I was pro.
Do you know why? Because see, Sunday League is one of the only places you can go that you're playing with all your friends.
Mate,
all your people. That's your people, innit?
And I think
you can choose them.
That's the common thing we hear all the time, is that key word is friendship, circles, happy places, you know what I mean?
And it all come from where you come from.
And do you know what? There's also a pressure with Sunday League, because you might have gaffers that might pussyfoot around you, but your friend's going to tell you, you're playing fucking shit. Put your fucking finger up.
I've seen man have some proper tear-ups on the pitch. I'm not condoning that, but I'm saying like it's passionate.
It's not a bad thing either though, right?
To be fair, Hibbo should have got sent off in the cup final.
No, I shouldn't.
No, he shouldn't even tackle.
Oh, what?
The flight, he thought it was Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
He done karate.
Jackie Chan business.
Wicked, did you get one for it?
I did get a yellow for it. Shout out the ref. I said I'll buy the ref a drink. So next time I see you, I got you, my brother. Come on, man. It's love every time.
Wow. So Sunday League. So let's go, D-Mac, Royals.
FC Royals. I love playing for the Royals.
Yeah?
Just the environment. I feel relaxed, feel comfortable. Once again, people I've known for literally my whole life.
Yeah.
And it's just enjoyable to play.
And do you know what is what? As you said, people you know in your whole life. So to go back to that now and sort of go through the career you had and go back to the environment where you can just enjoy it. Do you know what I said? There's not a pressure. There is a pressure, because I think any sport you play is competitive. Whether it's Sunday League, Saturday, even in the competitive side, even at SCR in training games, it's like people are pissed when they lose 5-5s and things like that. So to be able to go back there and enjoy it with people that you grew with and they've watched you play pro and things like that, but they just want to play with you because they're your friend. I think that's a really nice feeling, comforting. Let's talk Portland. Portland, how's Portland been this year? What's it been like? How have you started this year?
We've been alright. We've just been inconsistent.
Why is that? Why do you think that is? Do you know what, right? So obviously you would have seen we had Lee Cock, Frenchie, and we had Dan Bennett on here. And
that one must have went viral. That has to.
So there was a, and do you know what it is? Do you know when you look at leagues, you look at teams, and you always compare teams? I don't know why I always looked at Portland like
Roughnecks.
Yeah. So, and I don't know why I've always had that perception, but when you look at what Portland do in terms of, the pitch isn't great, but they've got a clubhouse. Always afterwards, if you go to any Portland game, they're probably one of the only Sunday teams that I see.
You have the best nights out, that's why.
Yeah, but even after the games, like everyone's in there. There's families there. There's kids there. Like the environment is infectious. It really is infectious, and not a lot of Sunday League teams do that. And I don't know. It's only when I look back on that podcast, I was like, hang on a minute. I called them. Well, Lee Cott said raggedy ass rovers. I never said that word. Yeah, but that's that Portland. It would be like, you know, certain man. They come from Shoreditch, and it's Shoreditch. That's 9 o'clock.
Hasn't been home, straight.
Yeah, and he hasn't been home. But do you know what? I always looked at Portland, and this year I thought you'll be up there. You'll definitely be competing. Where are you sitting in the league?
I don't even know.
Yeah, that means that you're not top 3 or 4.
Do you know what? I couldn't even tell you, but it's too early to look at tables.
Okay. If you're top, you're looking at it.
100%.
Do you know what is what I think as well? What are you guys doing actively? Like during lockdown's a hard time, especially for certain people. You guys still staying connected and things like obviously group chats and things like that. Yeah. I know your group chat's quite tight. I know you guys do a lot for each other and things like that. Yeah, do you miss, obviously you've had your injury, do you miss not playing?
Yeah. I do. On the shit pitches, I don't.
No, what do you mean? We got that magical assist in the quarters, mate.
Yeah. Who called it oof? You called it oof.
It's in the clearance.
It said long ball.
Now Price
No,
will
yeah,
find
yeah,
you
yeah.
anyway.
Anyway,
No,
Anyway,
I said to
I,
Dan Bennett, was it a clearance or was it a through ball? And he said he ain't got the legs to throw a through ball, so it's a clearance.
no, yeah, I do miss playing for sure, but I don't know if I'm gonna play again. No, I don't know if I could be bothered.
So you
1 second. What's the injury? What injury is it?
My Achilles.
Serious?
yeah.
Look.
Yeah, I respect it. From what you're saying, I respect definitely. I understand what you said, but you will be back though, can't you?
You have to be, bro. Come on.
Let's talk last life. So was there? So last year you were you didn't play the whole season last year, did you, bro?
No, I joined late. I'll be real with you. Winger, yeah, shout out Winge. You revived
You got
me
Winge.
because I was done.
This
with
is what
football.
I was gonna ask because
Done with football.
I remember. Do you remember? Was it the Dons game? And he come super fresh, glass on. I was like, who's this guy? He hated the speech, and I was thinking, I thought he was a rapper.
I know. I see him
The
there.
music thing's coming. It's
I
coming.
thought he was a rapper, and I'm like, who's this guy? But I thought, no, that straight away, and I was like, hang on a minute. And then I realised, I see them, and then I spoke to Winge, and he said to me, I thought, I remember the name, I didn't know where it's from, so I just had a quick search, and I was like, he plays. And then when you got back involved, so was you done with football? Like Sunday League's fully brought you back?
I didn't play football for about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Never kicked a ball.
Why was that?
Because can I be honest?
Yeah.
I
It's
feel like
criminal,
the way
it's
that the game, the love that I have for the game,
Yeah.
and the way that I felt that
Yeah.
the game treated me,
Yeah.
I was just like, like it was almost like, like I ain't been married yet, but like you had a wife that you loved,
Yeah.
and she broke your heart.
Yeah.
It's like you're just like you're done with her sort of thing. So that's how I felt about football.
Okay.
And Winge was the one that said to me, bro, like you can't be sitting on the sidelines like this. You've got too much talent. Like come back. And I was off the boil when I come back. It was like proper. Like I weren't.
Well, do you know what, right? Because we took and get on, there was that one clip.
And don't worry. Do you see all these man talking? I'm like,
What happened?
it's all right.
No.
What happened? Don't Global Elite get you right, man.
Shout out Zach Answer, he got me
Yeah.
right. Yeah, Winge and Zach Answer, they're the guys that resurrected me. Literally.
What's so we
Yeah.
do that? But
But, yeah, man.
what was so for you coming back to Sunday League? Was it a bit like was Sunday? Was it what you expected? I know you're around the Lambeth boys a lot, so it's infectious. That group is infectious. I think for me, Global, I have a lot of respect for.
He's a legend.
He is he's a very, very good guy. I'm big on energy, people's energy and things like that, and he's very infectious in what he does. So shout out Global. Right. But what was it? The group that sort of brought you back as well, sort of what they represent and things like that.
100%. It's like at the end of the day, I grew up in Lambeth. That's my borough. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I made that speech, because there's things that happened within that borough that affected me and all of us majorly. Do you know what I'm saying? Positive things and a lot of negative things. Yeah. So it's like just what you was talking about earlier, playing for a badge. It's like playing for that badge. It's like that's my hometown. Yeah. And it's like with the group of lads, it's like ability wise, I personally feel there's so many players that should be pros in that batch, and just character wise, just as it's like obviously Sunday League. That's what I love about it. It's for the love. So a lot of clubs are family clubs, but our thing's like it's a proper family.
Do you know a lot of the Sunday League players from other sides?
Yeah, I know.
Who's the best Sunday League player you've played against?
Against?
Yeah.
Do you want me to be honest again?
Go on.
You gotta say Zach.
It's got to be Ants. It's got to be Ants. I'll
Well,
be real with you. It's got to be
100%.
Ants. It's got to be Ants.
And that's what I was going to say to you.
And outside of that, if it ain't LA, it's nothing.
Yeah, no, obviously, if you're not talking about your own team,
No, because man come on there and talk smoky, so it's my turn now. Yeah? London Cup. Allow it.
Oh my God. Pricey, same question to you. Anyway, anyone that you've played when you was
outside
playing?
of
Portland?
Cads,
Yeah, he's
bad.
What, K1?
Don't he annoy you, bro? Because
No,
he's
this
so.
is why I respect you.
No,
You're better than you anyway, so it's not. Come on.
No. Proper.
Stupid ability.
Proper.
Stupid. But again, is he another byproduct of sometimes you want to shake someone, but if someone it's not that he doesn't care. I think a lot of people look at him and go, he doesn't care. He does care. He doesn't care as much as maybe we wanted to care because we see his ability, but he's undoubtedly.
You could almost say, well, football's bun him, like, so why would he? He's not interested. No more.
Yeah, exactly.
See how he was. Exactly, I was like that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you see Cads here. He's one of the most intelligent people that you meet. Yeah. And you can see that by the way he plays football.
Yeah.
I'd say let's talk straight. Do you think he's good enough to play championship easy, if not higher? But is a player of his stature, would he even get the opportunity or be respected the way that he should in the English game? Maybe in the Spanish game, the Italian game, but the English game, and he's good enough to play English football. He's physical. He wins more headers than me in the midfield.
Yeah.
But it's like, because of still there's sort of that mentality of, you know what it's like.
Yeah. He's not cut out for it, basically. They're not.
D-Mac.
He is, but
D-Mac, best player you played against in Sunday League? Because I think obviously you're fresh. We cover a lot of the Orpington. We covered some of the Croydon. What's the other one? Westfall. We haven't. That's what you're in the Westfall. But no, the Met League is obviously we covered them. We covered them 3 leagues. But the Westfall we haven't really.
We won that cup as well, so I just want
we haven't really dipped our toes in. Although we interact with Westfall and things like that, we haven't been out much. So Westfall, what's it like over there?
To be honest, from my experience, pretty much the roles have been cleaning up. But just in general, the players that I come across, if I see, obviously you got Zach. Like I was assistant referee. When did they play? I can't remember the name of the team they played, but it was in the London Cup about a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
It was they played against in the same round last year, no?
Yeah, yeah. So obviously seeing him live, probably first time this year.
He's so intelligent, that.
He's a very intelligent player, and once again he shows he can be.
How old is Zach?
That's a good question, 26.
Okay, so it was, you're older than him.
Well,
I never said that.
Even Azza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean even? What do you mean even, bro? Azza the GOAT.
Even Azza.
Our team's the craziest.
Even Azza. I was down there. I was down there. Don't forget, I was down there. But
Do you know what, guys? I think one of the biggest things, I think it's been a very powerful podcast. I think there's a lot of messages that people can watch and get out of this, and a lot of people will be able to relate, especially young people that have been or going through the route that you've been through, and some people as well that have been through the route as well might have fallen out of love and finding ways now to fall back in love with the game. Anything else you guys want to discuss? Is there anything that you think we've missed, or you think, you know what, let's just pick up on that for 5 minutes? Ibo, anything from you?
For me, like as much as like we've kind of not got at clubs on here, but we've said that maybe there's more that could be done, and I think that's a conversation that people need to take seriously for the future.
Yeah,
because like the psychological impact of players not making it at clubs is major.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I feel like I'm very grateful to all the clubs that I've played for.
Yeah, and
because it's helped to shape my character, and I wouldn't have had those experiences without those clubs. So that's what I just want to say. Thank you to all the clubs.
Do you know what? One thing I'd say is,
bad,
yeah,
no, seriously,
I think one of the things just sitting here and being able to sort of orchestrate, asking questions and things like that. One thing you guys have always gone back to is your own personal experience. So obviously we haven't sat here and gone, you know what, that club. You've always related to, especially you, but said I can only talk from my own personal experience, and talking through your own personal experience makes it more powerful. It makes it more relatable to people. It doesn't give that persona like, because I didn't make it where I wanted to go, every club's a bad club. Exactly. You know what I mean? You've related it to yourself, which is powerful, which shows people then actually people can only shape their own journey because they go through their own experiences. But there might be certain things in your guys' journeys where they go, you know what, I've been through that and this is what they've done. Let me try that. Might be D-Mac saying, oh, you know what, I have to give the best me in order to give myself the best chance. You know what I mean? So for me, it's been a very powerful and very productive, very positive podcast. Anything else, Pricey, you wanted to add?
Not really. I get just the same as Hibbo, really. I left Tottenham when I was just under 20, yeah. So I left there, and the day I left, I never spoke to any of them ever again.
Really? Even till now?
No, players, yeah.
Yeah.
Not management, not one word. But I don't feel bitter towards them. There's no bitterness at all towards any of them.
Was there a lot more frustration with yourself, Pricey?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Cool. I couldn't sit here and say, oh, it was all them. Obviously, I played my I had to play more than played my part.
Yeah, cool.
but I own that. Like, I'm not going to say, it was all them. It was, a lot was me as well. Yeah.
So, D-Mac?
Just being blessed, as you said, taking the good with the bad, and hopefully something that obviously we've put out today can help the future generations. Whether it's that family environment, whether it's that sort of, that bit of motivation. Everyone's involved in football in some way, and when you go back to the root of it, that was a passion and a love from a very young age.
Cool.
Right, can I just say one more thing as well? Yeah?
No, you can't. No, quick.
No, just quick. Like, as this is to the young G's out there, to the young players. Yeah. When you got your passion for ball, keep that. Hold on to that. Forget about the money for a second. Forget about the girls. Forget about the lifestyle. You have to ask yourself honestly: do you love football? If you love football, put your heart and soul into it. Forget about everything else. Fully focus on that. And if it don't work for you, my brothers, the world is so big. There's so many ways to secure the bag out here. Yeah. Just believe in yourself, like, and hold the people that are closest to you dearest, and just crack on, man. Like, don't think that your world is finished if you don't make it.
I think one of the biggest messages for me, for you guys to come on here and share your stories, is very powerful. Another thing is, for me, if there is any young people out there that can relate to you three, from what I know of you three, you're very open guys. Drop them a DM, drop them a message. What's your socials? Shout out your socials.
My socials are L_Hibbo, EL_HIBBO.
Oh, but that's Instagram, yeah?
Instagram, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pricey?
I am Owen Price, both Instagram and Twitter.
D-Mac?
Personal one is Magic Man Mac 10, I think. That's on Insta.
Yeah.
And MM Global Elite.
What is Global Elite? Just give them a
MM
quick
stands
rundown.
for Mind Motivation. So you need to get your mind right. At the end of the day, you need to understand. You need to educate yourselves, and that's what we hope to provide. Provide support and education for adults, young people especially. But anyone that comes our way, as Ryan said, drop us a DM, get in contact. If you go to the socials, you can get in touch with me, and we can go from there.
Again, as I said, if there's anything the people who are watching want to touch base with these guys about, please drop them a personal message. Give them a follow their journey, see what they're doing. From us personally at Urfreshtv Sports, want to thank all three of you for coming on and giving up your Friday night. It means a hell of a lot to us. Again, for the people that are going to watch this, it's a massive, massive podcast. It's a massive episode. Without you guys, none of this is possible. Our platform doesn't work. So it's obviously about giving you guys a voice, but we're very, very grateful for everyone that follows, subscribe, retweets, reposts, views. It means a hell of a lot to me and V10. Again, if listen, it's lockdown. It's hashtag we're in this together. It's okay not to be okay. Anything you guys want to talk about, and it doesn't mean that you have to talk to us about your problems. Let's talk about football. Let's talk about Urfreshtv Sports. Let's talk about EastEnders. It's okay not to be okay. Do you know what I mean? So from us at Urfreshtv Sports, it's a massive thank you. Another episode done. Same time next week, and we're out.